my gentle touch. In the golden sunlight, I was born to love.
Makakalikasang hapon po. My name is Gianna Llanes. I am Miss Philippines Water 2020. Hoping that everybody is feeling great today. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Kasi last few weeks po, we actually had the Miss Philippines Earth Reigning Queens talk about what matters series. And ngayon naman po, we are going to talk about people who matter. And props to our Eco Angel sister, Eliza, who actually came up with that title, because we will be talking about the people that matter in various areas during this pandemic. So, bago po mag-umpisa ang lahat, I want to greet my Eco sisters, my elemental queens. Hello, kamusta kayo? I'm going to start with Roxy. How are you feeling today?
Well, I'm doing great. Sobrang happy ko kasi yesterday I finally got to visit DA. Now that I'm home, I get to push through talaga with my advocacy. And early today also, I was able to do an activity that I'm going to be sharing with you all soon. So sobrang happy, sobrang fruitful the past week, pati this week. So I feel very blessed na I'm home with my family and with my other pets.
I know! You got a new bunny from the DA, right?
Absolutely. Gift ng DA, nagulat ako. I saved Tofi from becoming rabbit meat, and sobrang happy ako.
Yeah, it was the cutest bunny. I'm so happy for you. Na iba nga talaga yung glow mo dyan sa Baguio, and that's what everybody's been saying about your post, diba? Next, kamustahin naman natin ang ating Miss Philippines Air, Patricia Santos. How are you doing today?
Hello! So, well, aside from the everyday stress of work, we're also very busy about our advocacy. So, my Be Better initiative has been steadily growing. We've been doing the fundraiser for DIWA. By the way, guys, if you want to help people who have been retrenched, people who lost their jobs due to the pandemic, you can head on over to DIWA. That's DIWA. That's a Facebook page name, and you could check it out. You could help us start their urban gardening journey and help them provide for themselves and give them not just the regular ayuda, but give them rather a chance to be able to provide for themselves. So, well, aside from DIWA, we still have a lot more in store for people. So just keep on watching the official page, Be Better. You can find it also on Facebook and also on my Facebook account. So in a nutshell, that's it.
Yeah, we definitely admire you for juggling both your very difficult job and also juggling your advocacy. So that's what a true queen is made of. Now, balitaan naman natin ang ating Miss Philippines Fire, Shane Tormes. How are you doing?
Hi! Isang mga kalikasang araw po sa inyong lahat. I am very much happy and kind of occupied for this week and the next few weeks since it's my birthday week. My birthday will be tomorrow and I'm preparing up to something that will be helpful then to a certain community. So hindi ko pa siya, I think, share not unless finalize na yung details, but I'm working on that. And I'm also doing another plan for pushing through with my advocacy pa, which is yung pag-shoot ng Eco Angels Unite. So I think on the upcoming weeks, I'm going to upload then sa social media accounts ko the episodes we did shoot during my stay in Atimonan. So pina-finalize lang namin yung editing and I'm really excited to share it to everyone. Dahil nga sabi nga namin sa Atimonan, and I hope that this will encourage people as well. Walang pandemya makakapigil sa atin, sa ating responsibilidad, sa ating kalikasan at sa ating kababayan. So I'm really happy about this project. And I'm also happy learning that you guys are also busy with your own campaigns.
Okay, that's awesome to hear that. And it's great to hear as well that it is your birthday tomorrow.
Yes.
Alam ko ang sinabi mo sa amin ni Roxy before is that yung birthdays mo talaga, you make sure you have an outreach or you help
Yes.
out the community as much as possible. So we are so happy to sort of be celebrating your birthday with you today. And actually, in line with that, we have prepared something special for you. So I hope you
Uy! Wow!
like.
Hindi ka to alam, ha?
Hi, Ate Shani. Happy birthday to our Miss Philippines Fire 2020. Thank you so much for being one of my other during Miss Philippines Earth. May you have more birthdays to celebrate and may all your dreams and goals be achieved. Wish you all the best. God bless you and keep you safe. See you very soon. I love you so much.
Hi, Shani! Happy birthday! I hope all your birthday wishes will come true, and I hope that in your next endeavors, you will have more blessings. I am very grateful to have you as my friend and as my mentor because I remember back in 2019, you were one of the KF girls who helped me during my training, and it was such a big help for me. I hope all your heart's wishes will come true, but I believe it did this year. So whatever you wish for the next, I hope they will all come true because I know how hard you work for your dreams. I can't wait to see what will happen next for you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. I miss you. I love you. And please always stay safe. Happy birthday!
Christine. Ah! Oh my gosh, si Adam.
Hi, Shay! O, di ba? Kami naman kayo na meron pa birthday message. As you can see, medyo casual, informal tayo ngayon. It's actually my rest day. But of course, I'm not going to let this moment pass without saying a happy birthday para sa'yo. On behalf of the entire Miss Earth Crown family, we are so thankful that you made everyone, most especially kami ni Sir Mark and Sir Eman mo na part ng iyong pageant journey. We are so thankful that we have become really great friends after the competition. You are one of the most animated, pinaka-exciting na tao na nakilala namin. And you are one of the few people na talagang tumatak sa amin sa buong pageant season na yun ng Miss Philippines Earth.
Hi Shane, happy birthday.
Sir Mark.
We wish you happiness, good health, and I hope you enjoy your day, even though we are all inside the house. You know that we're here to support you all the way. We've been supporting you ever since in your pageant journey. We love you, we miss you, and I hope to see you again face to face in the future. So enjoy your day. Happy birthday. Stay healthy. Stay happy.
Hi, Sir
Konnichiwa.
Eman.
Coming at you from Japan. This is Emmanuel. Queen Shane, hello and happy birthday. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much for inspiring us all the time. And thank you so much for making us a part of your journey, not only as pageant bloggers interviewing you before, but now as friends. So please do know that we support you all the way, all your endeavors, all your advocacies, and all your work.
Hi Shane, happy birthday. I hope that now that you have a crown on your head, you can finally fulfill all the other dreams that you have in your life. May you be blessed abundantly in love and happiness and in health. Take care and I hope to see you soon.
Hi Shane, happy birthday. Well, alam mo naman, always naman tayo nag-uusap and I know na sawang-sawa ka na sa pagmumukha ko pero wala kang choice. But I want to use this opportunity to say my birthday wish for you, which is good health, of course, peace of mind, and continue to be a blessing. You are a blessing for us, for everybody, because you keep on inspiring us together with your story. So hope to see you soon, and you know how much I really love and care for you. Diba? Isang text mo lang, isang chat mo lang, isang tawag mo lang, diba? Nag-reply na ako, nanginginig ko pa. Well, I love you so much. Enjoy your day, Queen of Fire.
Hi there! Happy.
Hero.
Thank you so much na kahit alam ko ikaw yung may birthday, kami yung parang nag-guest kasi for 22 years.
na nandito ka sa Earth. Wow, Earth. Kami yung blessed kasi nandiyan ka palagi for us. Hindi mo kami pinababayaan, lalo na ako, alam mo yan. Hindi mo ako pinababayaan for ilang years. Yeah. And wish ko lang sa'yo is peace of mind, of course, happiness, and good health. Great.
Shane, happy birthday sa'yo. Remember the times na you're still undecided.
Nakakaloka.
Pero di ako nag-bother na pilitin ka kasi sabi ko, I know, nasasali ka. And because yun na, meron ka ng crown. And yun yung nagpapaspecial ng bati ko sa'yo na yun. Kasi yun yung isa sa mga pinagdarasal ko. Every year na sana magka-crown ka na kasi alam kong pangarap mo talaga yan. But we want you to know that with or without that crown, we are really proud of you and we love you. And your existence alone is already a gift for a lot of people. At sana patuloy ka mag-inspire sa story mo. Kasi marami kang matutulong at maniwala sa sarili mo.
Happy birthday, Shay. I love you and I wish you all the best. You are so blessed with your friends and family. I hope that God will give you a good health, including your loved ones. Stay safe from COVID. Love you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Shay. Happy birthday, Shay.
Happy birthday, Ninang Shay.
Love you. Thank you, Ninang.
Hello, Shane. Gusto ko lang bumati ng happy birthday sa'yo. And if there's one thing I would like you to know is that I'm thankful and blessed to be one of the few persons to be given a chance to take part on your MPE journey while you're here in Antimonan.
Ay, so napakabait at napaka-down-to-earth person na nakilala ko. Na tinuring ako like her real sister. Miss Philippines Earth Fire 2020, Shane Quintana Tormes. Maraming salamat sa kabaitan mo, sa pagtitreat mo sa akin. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Shane. And ingat ka palagi. God bless and your family. Stay safe always. I love you.
Happy Shane. Happy birthday. So, pinamara ng ginawa sa buhok ko. Sumakataw na anak ko mag-business sa buhok. Anyways, happy birthday, Shane. And finally, nagkakaroon na anak ko. So, 10 years na yung pinagkataw niya. And since day 1, naniniwala ko.
Happy birthday, Auntie Shani. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have lots of birthday cake and I hope you make lots of birthday wishes. I hope you're surrounded by your family and friends. And for now, I'm sending you virtual hugs and kisses.
Happy birthday to one very special lady. Actually, she's one of the most loved queens, and it's very easy to understand why. Shane, we wish you the best during your reign, and we are very, very proud of your achievement. More love, success, and good health to you. Happy birthday, Shane.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Beshi. Hindi mo na ako kasing galing mong kumanta dahil best in talent ka always. Pero kinantahan kita with love. Anyway, happiest birthday to you, Shane. And you are a friend anyone could ever ask for. And you deserve all the best in life. I can say that I'm so proud of what you've become, what you've achieved, and I hope that you'll stay safe and healthy in these times of crisis and enjoy your birthday all together with your sister Queens. Hope to see you soon, guys. Ingat!
Happy birthday. Love you.
Pinapayak niyo akong aga. Nakakaya kay server. Thank you, G, Roxy, and to my Carousel Productions family. Thank you so much sa lahat ng bumati sa akin. Mamaya i-DM ko kayo lahat. Thank you so much. Sobrang ayokong i-consume yung time natin ngayon, but I'm just really thankful and grateful for this life Sobrang, I think ito na ata yung pinaka-selfless na birthday na magagawa ko for this year because yung wish ko is not about any material things but vaccine lang ang birthday wish ko. Talaga, as in vaccine. So thank you so much everyone. Maraming salamat. I really appreciate this. Sobra. G, thank you, Rox. Super sorry ha.
Na-excite kami sa reaction mo.
I know.
Salamat.
Super na-excite kami ni Roxy. Even last night, we were talking about it kasi talaga, ang dami namin message. So many people even wanted to give more videos na pahabol. We
Ang
only...
daya naman, hindi niyo ako hiningan.
Kasi nawa na siya sa face natin. But, yeah.
Thank you. Babawi ako sa inyo. Babawi ako. Thank you.
So I think that concludes our birthday greetings for Queen of Fire. I hope you enjoyed that. Sasend ko sa iyo lahat ng mga videos kasi I had to cut them down. Everybody gave us so much love. And yeah, I hope that everybody who's watching right now greets our Queen of Fire a very happy birthday as well. I think...
Thank you.
In the video, happy birthday na rin talaga sa'yo, Shane. You are one of the...
Thank you, Pat.
Ladies in the pageant industry, so you deserve all the happiness. So, happy birthday and enjoy.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you so much. Salamat talaga.
Okay, we love you so much, and I hope you know that.
Love you.
I hope all the Miss Philippines Miss Earth fans greet Shane a happy birthday. And I think that the love that revolves around us as elemental queens also is projected through the projects that we do, which is why this talk today and this series that we have about people who matter is so important. So let's not consume more time. We'll get to talk a lot later as well about our own opinions about our topic for today. But let's get to our speaker because he is a very experienced man. So we're actually going to be talking about environmental campaigns amidst the pandemic. Was it easier or harder to advocate for the things that you were fighting for? Our speaker today is the VP of PARMS, or the Philippine Alliance for Recycling and Material Sustainability, VP of Green Solutions 128, the former president of Earth Day Network Philippines, and the former president of Zero Waste Recycling Movement of the Philippines. He's a real-life eco-angel. So let's all welcome Mr. Bert Guevara.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you.
Yes, Sir Bert. Actually, we want to get to our first question because I am sure you have so many things to elaborate on. The main topic for today is, was it easier or harder to advocate for your environmental campaign? So can you tell us, how have you been fighting for your environmental campaigns during this pandemic?
Actually, because I'm a senior citizen, I'm locked in my house. I'm a victim of the quarantine. But I have so many things lined up. It was supposed to be a very busy 2020. But most of it has been frozen. Like I was like in the middle of the pandemic, a certain province called me up, and I was able to secure a contract with the whole province. I was supposed to go to a certain province, but I could not fly there because if I land in the I'll be quarantined in the near the airport for 14 days before I can go to my destination. So sayang lang, I had a chance to work on a whole province. It has 19 municipalities and 12 cities, and I was supposed to put together a team to handle the solid waste management system for that province and those cities. And here within the zone, I was supposed to start already in another city. Unfortunately, the secretary of the mayor had COVID and she died. And so everything was again frozen. So I'm waiting for the whole mayor's office to normalize before I can go back there. No, and I was and before the COVID pandemic, my work with a certain with the big beverage company was also suspended. We were working on the, I don't know if you have heard about World Without Waste. It's a campaign by a beverage company to handle all their beverage packaging, and I was the lead person to handle that. But again, I had to suspend all my plane travel because the planes were all grounded, so I could not travel again to my destination. Okay, to two separate cities. And where I am the vice president in PARMS, Philippine Alliance for Recycling, we're very much into recycling. Uh, but again, also that has to be frozen because the Meralco hasn't connected our facility with electricity. But we had everything already set up, no? The equipment, the technology, how to recycle plastic, especially the sachets. We were able to develop certain products coming out of sachets, like bumper guards, bollards. We were able to produce this, and some plastic made, bricks from plastic. And we were making all of this on a trial basis, but we had to stop because our facility could not be connected with yung underground electrical connection because it was under the runway sa may Parañaque kasi, so it fell under the runway. Now all these things, sabi ko nga, I'm deeply into recycling, and here in my own place in Bacoor City, I was elected president of a subdivision, and then I called up the 4 other presidents surrounding my subdivision. I told them, let's start a materials recovery facility in our area so that we can have free garbage collection, because all the subdivisions have a problem with rising cost of garbage collection. Because as you know, I don't know if you are aware that in Cavite there is no legal landfill. Everything is illegal. And so we didn't want to be part of the problem. So we said, let's work on the recycling here in Bacoor. So that's what I'm working on now, what I can handle within my area. So I'm not hampered by travel. So I'm working on that also. We're trying to set up a segregated collection with segregated storage of waste. But the problem, because of the pandemic, again, the markets for recyclables are so unstable. China has stopped buying a lot of plastics, and even the transport of recyclables has been hampered for some time because of the checkpoints and all these travel restrictions. So in short, para bang frozen. Everything has been frozen because of the pandemic. But once we're given a little leeway, so many things are on standby. Ako personally nga, if assuming there was no pandemic, I'd be handling 1 province, 1 city, 2 barangays, and 1 subdivision homeowners federation. That's my personal involvement. But now all of that is on hold. Yun.
So I guess it's safe to say po that it's actually been harder to pursue your
That's very
environmental advocacies. But I know po that you've still been doing a lot from the comforts of your own home. I mean, even being part of an event like this, we are very honored to have your presence. And I know that my sister queens actually have a few questions for you, Sir Bert. So
Yes, go ahead.
let's begin with our birthday girl, Queen of Fire, Ate Shani. Do you have any questions for Sir Bert?
Hello, Shane. Happy
Hi,
birthday.
Sir Bert. Isang makalikasang hapon po. Sir, my first question would be, on your part, what's the first thing that the government should do for our environment after COVID-19 crisis?
Well, first thing is to go back to the 2020 programs that have been shelved, because a lot of the local governments, in partnership with a lot of private sector groups, we had so many things online. Like, for example, we were lobbying for a credit system, no, for plastic recycling. Meaning, if you're a company, to be able to get rid of your plastic so that it doesn't spill to the marine, to the ocean or to the ground, we had a credit system where the companies can put their resources together, and whatever is removed from the environment can be given credit. No? Kasi if every company will do their own solid waste program, it will be inefficient. Kasi companies were not meant to do waste management. They're manufacturing companies. But if they pull their resources and that's where PARMS comes in, our Philippine Alliance for Recycling. We are assembling the effort so that the companies will just send their resources to our project, and we will do the plastic recovery, plastic recycling, and whatever is their equivalent counterpart, that will be given credit, which they can claim as their contribution to the environmental solution. Now the government comes in by making it legal, by legislating it, putting it into a law that it's part of the what we call yung extended producer responsibility, or EPR. There's a law in Congress now, extended producer responsibility, but based on the European model, every company has to recover their own packaging. But that's not efficient because the Philippines has so many islands. Can you imagine one company trying to run after all their packaging in so many islands? It's not practical. So you have to centralize it on a regional basis, and that's where we come in. We're putting together the system so that the companies can be given credit by contributing to the solution without doing it directly on their own, but rather contributing to the resources needed. That's where the government comes in. But our problem with the government, of course, it cannot be run by one group. There are so many influence groups that are, giving their own ideas. But what we are against is copy pasting it from Europe, because some of the legislators, they just want a copy pasted formula from Europe and adapting it in the Philippines. The Philippines nga is not like Europe na one piece of lang, yung geography nila buong-buo. Tayo, kalat-kalat tayo. How can you have the same system? Sila, they can have one company run all around their country because they don't have so many islands. In our case, it's different. So that's what I'm trying to say. The government has to go back, review all of these proposals, which are still actually on the table, but since the committee hearings have been reduced because of the legislators are also staying away from each other, and so everything has been slowed down. So once we go back to normal, go back to the pace and approve all these proposals, and we are part of the group that is proposing a doable system, which has already been agreed on by the companies that have been criticized for contributing to the plastic problem. They want to be part of the solution, and we become the conduit for them to bring it to the Congress and Senate. And I'm one of the NGO partners of the alliance, one of the very few, kasi yung ibang NGOs, they don't want to speak to them with these people. I rather talk with them and agree on a solution and help them implement the solution. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. So parang ito talaga ay collaborative effort pa rin talaga between government and private companies to work hand in hand para ma-achieve natin yung goal natin. And sir, you've mentioned a while ago about the plastic industry, and this question is kind of related to what you're saying a while ago. How can we counteract the claims from the plastic industry that during the COVID-19 crisis, that it's more hygienic daw to use plastic bags and single-use containers than reusable ones? So, anything that you could say from that, sir, for their claims?
I'd like to redefine kasi the categories are limited. It's either recyclable and the other one is single use. But there is such a thing as a single use recyclable. Okay, kasi in our group we are advocating that after using it, you just have to have a total recovery and it goes to a recycling process. Therefore, it is not single-use disposable. What we are against is single-use and then you dispose it right away. Then it becomes a problem. But most plastic, after using it once, you can recover it, bring it to a recycling system, and it becomes another product. That is the solution. So I am working with plastic companies because they've agreed with our principle, and they put a name to it. It's called zero waste to nature. Okay, and it started with zero plastic to nature, but the plastic industry said, bakit plastic lang? Hindi naman kami lang ang problema. There are other packaging problems. So they reworded it, zero waste to nature. So they've agreed. So all these big companies have gotten together and they signed the draft of this law, and therefore the plastic can become recoverable, recyclable, and reusable. So if that is the train of thought of the people who are attacking plastic, then it is not. I'm even against. I was interviewed once by the DNR in another program. I told them there's a false sense of security when you label plastic as biodegradable. Kasi when people hear, this plastic is biodegradable, then they think they can throw it in the ocean and it will melt. That's the complete opposite of the reality. There's no such thing as biodegradable plastic that melts in the ocean or it melts on land. It can only melt under laboratory conditions, under controlled temperature, controlled air, etc. And there's no such thing in nature. So all the plastic that you see are mostly biodegradable plastic as labeled as biodegradable that don't biodegrade. So I'd rather go back to standard plastic, have a law that recovers all of it, make all the companies responsible for the volume of plastic they're throwing out, bring them back into the recovery stream, recycle them, and make them part of our regular economy. That is the way to go about it. So maling-mali na yung labeling eh. Sa labeling pa lang may diferensya na. So we're really trying to correct the approach to the problem of plastic. So plastic is not a problem. It's the way people are labeling it and handling it. Because as you said, yung tungkol sa hygienic, that is true eh. Before the pandemic, people were proposing, tanggalin na lang yung plastic, let's just go to market with our own with our own containers, di ba? You go to the supermarket, you have your own your bag. And inside your bag, you have all these hard plastic or hard carton containers. That's where you put your vegetables, your fish, etc. But the problem, if you don't put, now the problem is the virus is it's dangerous if you don't put any packaging into it. Diba yung sinasabi nila yung particles daw, yung air and droplets, etc. And then therefore it's not safe to make food open to a lot of these elements. So you really have to cover them. What better way to cover than it's either use strong carton or you use plastic or you do other materials, but really have to cover them. And the problem, if you use other materials, they're expensive, more expensive than standard plastic. That's where plastic becomes an advantage. So again, I'm just saying economically, plastic is more economical than its substitutes if you are able to recover them and recycle them. But if not, then it becomes a nuisance. It becomes troublesome to the environment because it costs more to clean the environment than to just recycle the plastic. Okay.
Yes, it's really important. That's why we have this kind of online discussions to inform the public about their responsibility and para maging knowledgeable din sila about the reusable bags that they're using right now. And that's why there's a lot of options. Actually, during po ng aking journey towards Miss Philippines Earth, I've been very much of pushing through with people, encouraging them to use bayongs as an alternative. Kasi sabi din nila, there's a chemical din daw na meron din daw yung mga eco bags. So I hope also that people will find themselves to find their own efforts para mag-research, since lahat naman tayo naka-online inside our house, so why not mag-Google din tayo minsan, kahit mga 5 minutes lang, magbasa ka lang ng something that will help you out understand the things that you might not know yet about the environment. At the same time, I hope that the corporations, the manufacturing companies dito sa Pilipinas would practice their corporate social responsibility. Kasi it's not just about earning and having that income it's really hand on hand. You know, the things, yung mga present sa paligid natin, it's just a reflection of our actions. And I hope na wag natin kakalimutan yan even though there's a pandemic na parang doon na lang tayo sa, sige, okay na yan. Kasi after all of these things, alam ko naman din, it will come na matatapos din tong crisis na to. Tayo pa rin ang magsa-suffer sa mga irresponsible actions na practice natin ngayon. Kung pwede naman doon na lang din tayo sa tamang path. So thank you so much, Sir Bert, for giving me answers and giving me enlightenment towards the questions that I have this afternoon. So I'm giving the screen to my sisters because I'm sure that they have also a lot of questions to you, po. Thank you, Sir Bert.
Thank you very much, Miss Philippines Fire, Shane Tormes. I know that our other queens also have a few questions, so let's move on to Miss Philippines Air, Patricia Santos.
Yeah, so Sir Bert, actually, on my end naman po, I am a very active environmental activist. Even in 2014, I was already working with Greenpeace Philippines for environmental reforms, such as the reform about climate justice. I am a member of, or I am part of the petitioners who filed the petition with the Commission on Human Rights to recognize the existence of climate justice and ask for the accountability of carbon measures. So my question is, I am interested in how you think the COVID-19 and the current political climate is affecting our environmental work, especially when it comes to environmental activism, because we have the concerns po, di ba, about the anti-terrorism law, and then we also have the continuing concerns about everything that has been happening in our environment. So as a very active figure, as a figurehead, even in environmental activism and campaigns, I would like to ask for your opinion on how our current situations are impacting our environmental advocacies.
Actually, there are two big opposing forces that are trying to get hold or influence the situation in the Philippines. Of course, the ones on one side you have the vested interest groups who are trying to push their agenda, that thinking that while the Congress and Senate and Malacanang are so busy with the virus, that they can make a fast break legislation on several things. On the other end, you have the environment groups who have their respective interests, of course, trying to protect. Now the problem is the enforcers who are in the middle, the DNR, the PNP, the courts. They're the ones that are being that have now bigger responsibility in the wake of this pandemic. They have to act objectively, so because our only hope of getting the right action done here in our country is for the enforcers to do their job. So the police do not have to be doing their job because they're being paid by interest groups, by companies or politicians. Then you have naman yung I can call them pseudo environment groups na are only pushing for their respective interests, not really the holistic type of environment groups, but just the particular interest groups, also the environment, that are not always objective. And then that's why the problem is the people in the middle, the ones who have to make decisions, the legislators, the judges. These are the ones that are now under pressure to make the right decisions. And kasi I'm saying that because I'm also trying to work for the proper laws to be passed as a private sector participant. I see that sometimes the people I talk to are already close-minded. Like I went to one of my congressmen. I told him about the idea of what I was talking about earlier. No, instead of just banning plastic, why don't we put up a nationwide recovery system so that plastic doesn't have to become a problem? No, it becomes part of an economic package that will increase jobs. Just to recover all the plastic in the Philippines will mean thousands of jobs that are to be initiated. No? And he told me, because he knows that I'm an NGO worker, sabi niya, I thought you wanted to ban plastic. I said, I didn't say that. I said I'm against the proliferation of plastic in nature. But plastic as an economic product, it has its advantages and disadvantages. But right away, his idea was to be political. He wants to please everybody. So if there are more people that are against plastic, he will go against plastic. If there are more people who are on the other end, he will go on that side also. So hindi talaga objective. That's what I'm trying to say. We need objective people who are not doing it based lang on popularity or on vested interest. That's the difficult part. It's very hard to find people on that end because we're voting for people who are not supposed to be there. No, maraming tayong mga officials na hindi man naintindihan yung trabaho nila, but they happen to be there. So we have to talk to them. And when you talk to them, you realize it's so hard. It's like talking to a wall. No, they have their own biases. You haven't started arguing, they already have an answer. So how can you talk to people like that? That's what I'm saying. There are many approaches and so many factors to consider that you have to look at it before we even talk. Our own group has already done so many hours of the deliberation, so many hours on our email exchanges trying to develop the right statements, the right approaches. And but then when we come to Congress, you talk to people already yung made up yung mind nila. So ang hirap, di ba? We feel frustrated also because we know that we have also some arguments that they have not considered. In the same way, yung iba namang environment groups din, sila naman, minsan yung iba, palaban palagi, parang it's only black and white. Pagka nandun ka sa isang side, kalaban ka namin, di ba? Parang gano'n. I'm one of the few who are in the middle, trying to look for a way to communicate with the big companies because we have to live with them. You cannot just discard them. So you have to find a way for them to exist without destroying the environment. And somehow we've already been doing this for 5 years with farms. We realize they will communicate as long as you tell them what to do. Hindi yung pupunta ka and then say, iban mo na yung plastic mo, get rid of that. And they'll ask you, what do we do? And you don't have an answer. They will not talk to you. So they'll talk to you. If you come to them, you want them to change their system, show them an alternative. That's why they're talking to us, because we have shown them viable alternatives. But if you come to them and tell them that you're the devil, they will not talk to you. Okay? That's my answer.
Thank you very much, Sir Bert. So at least from your answer, I think for me, my key takeaway was that, well, in any advocacy or in any position where you are advocating for something, maybe as a public figure or as a public officer, it's very important to understand the value of quality communication and communications in such a sense, I guess, that you must let go of your biases. No matter what you think about certain topic or a certain, maybe sometimes nadadala siguro, inisip nila sa tao na nagdadala ng advocacy, they muddle things in between. So the most important thing is to remain objective, to remain open-minded, and to remain equal in all aspects, the way that we treat people and the way that we push for the message of our advocacy. So maraming salamat for that, Sir Bert. And I think I'm going to limit my questions so that my other Echo Queen sisters can ask a question considering the time. So back to you, Gianna.
Thank you to our Miss Philippines Air 2020, Patricia Santos. Let's move on now to Miss Philippines Air 2020 herself, Roxy Bayens. Rox, do you have any questions for Sir Bert?
Yes. Hello, Sir Bert. Thank you for taking the time. It's an honor again to have another respected speaker with us today, one of the best in the industry. And I've seen that you are very invested about advocating uh, recyclables, sustainability, and refusing plastic. So I'm as an advocate also for Mother Earth. I am quite curious on how you motivate others for this practice. Mostly those people closest to you, like your family. So I would be me and my eco sisters would be inspired as well.
Well, in my own home, when I came here to Cavite, I came from Parañaque. No, I was a barangay captain for 13 years, and my barangay was the first one to advocate for above ground aerobic composting, because everybody then at that time was doing the burial method, living method. No? In our place, wala kaming paglibingan ng compostable namin. So I had to develop the above ground aerobic composting. Some of my other fellow barangay captains were doing above ground anaerobic composting. So we had the luxury of the barangay resources to develop the technology, and our barangay became famous at the time that the country was having a problem with landfills. When they closed the landfill in Cavite, in Rizal, our barangay was always filled with reporters, writers, TV crews trying to ask me what is the best solution. That's why I became a member of the National Solid Waste Commission. And at the time of the President Estrada, I was part of that group that was given a big budget, supposed to be, before he was thrown out. We were supposed to handle a very big Metro Manila-wide construction of MRFs all over Metro Manila, using the savings from the landfill bidding. So anyway, all of these things, we did it starting from our own barangay, and my main speaker during my seminars was my mother, not me. Because my mother was the one doing all the food waste composting, and she can exactly explain so many details that I didn't know. I was doing the subdivision level, but she was doing the household level. And when she explains how it's done at home, then all the other mothers have an easy time implementing it. And so in my barangay, right in my own subdivision, when we pushed for the daily composting at home, daily home collection and composting of food waste, I didn't need a seminar. It was just a half crosswise piece of paper telling everybody to segregate your food waste. We'll collect them every day. Then if you want to know what's going on, go to the barangay. You'll see all the compostables happening or composting techniques. And until I was transferred here to Cavite after my term, right behind my house, I was doing the two bin system composting. After you fill up one bin, then you go to the second bin while you wait for the first bin to compost completely. So by the time you fill up the second bin, then you go back to the first bin, you empty it, and you start all over again. So I've been existing for so many years just with a two bin system of composting. And whenever people ask me what I do at home, that's what I show them. And the recycling groups here in Cavite are always very happy when people segregate. That's why my subdivision, since I'm now a homeowner's president, I'm pushing for complete segregated collection with segregated operation of both biodegradable and non-bio, so that we can avail of the free garbage collection. Kasi problema ng homeowners, nagmamahal yung garbage collection. We cannot raise our dues. Alam niyo naman yung homeowners dues, di ba? Yung monthly dues. Problema yan. So, without having to raise our dues, we would just reduce our waste by maybe 80 to 90%. So that the remaining 10% can be collected by the city using our taxes. So we don't have to pay a private collector. That's why I have a lot of presidents now who are urging me to do it faster, because I showed them how I'm doing it in two subdivisions, one in Tansa and the other one in General Trias. So I'm doing it locally, and it's already working. No? It's a simple case of using a pushcart that has a segregated sack system. Kasi yung pushcart, ginagawa na, tinitipid nila yung pushcart. But my system is just having several sack hangers inside the push cart, and you collect only one type of material every day. If I say plastic for Monday, you can have 3 or 4 different kinds of plastic in one push cart. And when it reaches the MRF, the following day, there's already a buyer. So if you collect Tuesday all bottles, the buyer comes on Wednesday. So that system has already worked in the pilot areas that I worked on, and I brought the presidents around me here. I brought them there, and now they're urging me to hurry up because while we're still in the pandemic, we'll prepare all the groundwork so that we'll go full blast right after the when we go to a normal situation. So we're doing it ano lang, we're doing small scale, and I'm also involved in the big scale. But since your question is at home, we're doing simple food waste. We're perfecting the food waste process. So if you have land at home, you bury it. Living mo na lang, di ba? But if not, then we have the above ground system, both aerobic and anaerobic. But it should be complemented with segregated collection using only a push cart. We don't need dump trucks. Just simple push cart that is properly designed. That's my answer.
Wow, thank you so much, sir, for all that you do. And me and my mom are one of the people, one of the few people who gets excited with compost. Kasi kung may compost, ibig sabihin, meron kaming pang-fertilize sa mga halaman namin. And as you said about plastic bottles, also thank you for what you do na binabawas, nililesen niyo po yung plastic waste. And I just wanted to share also my earrings for today, very sustainable, also made out of plastic bottles, also from soft drinks. And sabi nga nila, if you want to start advocating about something, it should be related to what you are passionate about. And since me, I am very fond of jewelry, I'm now getting into the plastic jewelry industry, and I'm learning how to make some. So in that way, maybe I can give my relatives, my friends, and that will motivate them to do small actions as well. Since around since 1950, around 8.3 billion tons of plastic has been produced worldwide, and maybe a lot of people are familiar that it's very detrimental already. The impact to us. It's either they know or it's either they know but they close their eyes. So I hope people will react the same like we react now to the pandemic. I hope they react that way too when it comes to climate change, because it is real, it is happening, and I hope a lot of people like Sir Bert would come out of their shells and advocate about certain causes like this as well. So thank you, Sir Bert. I think that is my only question, to give time also to our very beautiful host.
Well, thank you to my sister queens for all of your questions. Sir Bert, I actually don't have any questions just because I know so much about what you do. One of my friends who works for a big corporation recommended you to me for this talk today. And as soon as I heard that, I was immediately astonished because we need more people like you. I am from Mandaluyong, which is a business-centric city, which continues to struggle to get their enterprises to be more eco-friendly. Kaya kailangan po talaga namin ng mga advisors like you, not just to help out these corporations, pero also to influence the youth like us who are responsible for our future. So marami pong salamat sa mga sentiments niyo today. They were all so eye-opening, and I know that our viewers also appreciated what you said. I had so many takeaways, and I feel like iba na rin yung perception ko about the use of plastics, about segregating my waste, and hopefully this is a message na pwede namin i-continue deliver sa mga peers po namin. So maraming salamat po to Sir Bert Guevara for giving us your time today. We really appreciate that. And to everybody that is watching, thank you for joining our live today. Don't forget to like and follow the official Miss Philippines Earth Facebook page and Instagram account. That's at Miss Phil Earth. And also, please watch out for the upcoming Miss Earth 2020 events. And please do like and follow the official social media accounts of Miss Earth. Also, hindi natin ginagawa to the past episodes, but we should do it dahil lahat tayo may advocacies. So let's share our social media platforms too. Ate Shane, how can we follow you?
Yes, guys, para malaman nyo kung paano namin finufulfill ang aming duties bilang inyong MPE Queens for this year, kindly follow us on our social media accounts. So my Instagram is @ShaneTormes, and follow me also at my Facebook account, that's Shane Quintana Tormes. And of course, for you to be updated about the upcoming virtual pageant of Miss Earth 2020 and to give your love and support to our delegate, Roxy Baez, as she represents the Philippines, follow nyo lang po ang aming Facebook page, that's Miss Earth, and then kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's Miss Earth, and of course follow us on our Instagram and Twitter account, that's @Miss Earth.
There's also going to be a one-day getting to know you event of Miss Earth 2020 delegates, which will happen on the 21st of September. Now, Patricia, how can we follow you and your advocacies?
So earlier, I already mentioned it, Facebook will be better. That's the Facebook page of the Advocacy Initiative. And also, you can follow me on Instagram, that's Patricia Santos X, and on Facebook, that's Patricia Shirley Santos.
Start 2022, there will be daily pre-pageant for 2020. Will showcase their talents and their 2020 herself. Excited na kami sa mga pasabog mo, Rob. Kasi ang dami rin yan on Instagram. So, mga pasabog mo, how are we on your social media account?
Grabe naman yung pasabog. As for me, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. My username is the same, Roxy Baez. And I'm going to be releasing, hopefully, ang target ko daily may ma-release ako also to knowledge others about my advocacy. And of course, support my Queen Sisters, please. Please follow them. And to know more about, in connection to what Ate Jana has said, to know more about the time and delegates assigned, please follow the official Miss Earth Facebook page. Thank you for joining us today. And we'll see you on our next live.
Okay, thank you everybody who joined us today. Maraming salamat po, Sir Bert Ibarra. Thank you, Sister Queens.
Sir Bert, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Bert.